Have you heard about DNA Learning Center Nigeria? Yes, DNA Learning Center Nigeria is a subsidiary of Cold Spring Harbor, New York. It is a comfortable research-based training center that trains and enhances the capacity of Nigerians, from high school students to PhD researchers, to build their interest in science and equally for the optimization of their research skills in molecular techniques. We offer very fun but rigorous professional courses like DNA World, DNA Science, DNA Barcoding, Metagenomics, and Meta Barcoding. Summer camp programs like Fun with August Camps and other design professional courses. We are located at Godfrey Okoye University, Enugu. Check out our website on www.dnalcnigeria.org. We award international certifications. Call DNA Learning Center on 0901 222 0003 or write us info@dnalcnigeria.org. Info of Science.
Material that makes up or determines the inheritance in general are infiltrated into every aspect of our daily lives. Medicine, agriculture, in every, in biology, anything that has to do with development today, forensic science, for instance, understanding who did what, who committed a crime. Most of these things were not, even the vaccine that we just talked about with COVID-19, most of it came from understanding of DNA. And we're so backward. We happen to be so backward in this part of the world. Not that we don't know it, but we don't know how to do the science that we have. So that's why DNA Learning Center has been brought to us from DNA Learning Center New York. We actually got licensing that, $300,000 license to be able to do it. We got from our counterparts in New York, Long Island, New York. So the goal again is to help our secondary school students, our undergraduates. When I went to school here, we learned a lot without doing anything, without practicals. So the general and overall goal is to enable our secondary school students, or what we call high school in the United States, our undergraduates from ASUS, from UNM, who have not been able to um, get their hands wet in the area of hands-on research in genomics and transcriptomics and bioinformatics, all this modern biology. We want to provide them an opportunity to be able to get their hands wet, to know how these things they have memorized, they have known the principles they have known. How does it function? How is it applicable? How can it be applied to real life problem solving? I know I'm talking for a very long time, but
Oh no,
yeah,
it's
that's
sounding
the
really interesting in the US because of this. Oh, thank you so much, Prof. Okay, Michael, let me ask you a little more question before we move back to Prof. So, how does DNA Learning Center impact in this society, knowing fully well that we're not entirely science inclined?
Okay, so just like Prof said, we know a lot theoretically, we read a lot, but the part where the else comes in is to bring a bridge where we are able to help people to do all that they are learning. And some of the things that they are not learning yet, we're able to provide hands-on practical experiments that people are able to do research, they're able to do training, and they're also able to undergo further studies that they're doing. So for us at DNLC, the most important thing is that people are able to get hands-on experience. This is not just the normal thing we have in Nigeria because some of the equipment, the expertise and personnel that are required to get this information or get this experience to people are not really available in our own client. So what DNLC does is to bring the hands-on science, not just learning science, but doing science practically and experimentally.
Okay. So I'm becoming very curious. Why is it just science? I'm going to ask you again because so in the arts, you buy you just hear more, or is that what you're saying?
That
Okay, please.
you see, the arts and the people like you help us to communicate the science that we do. If you are not here, I will be sitting down here talking this way I'm talking.
Absolutely.
So it works hand in hand. We help one another. We help your health, for instance, as scientists. We help our environment as scientists. We help food production as scientists. But then there's something you bring to the table, the journalism, the communication, reaching out to this community, the society, which is what we're doing now. And that's actually one place we lack a lot when it comes to science. Most of our sciences end up in the pages of publications, papers that people have written. It doesn't translate to anything that helps our society. How do we improve our pepper, for instance? The pepper that we are growing since I'm 58 years I come to this city. It's the same pepper that we grew when my mother was before the war. That's the same pepper we're growing because some of our research is not translating to improvement of our crops. The same malaria we had, the same way we pounded our pounded yam, it's the same way we made fufu. We are married. That's what I'm saying. That's
Thank
our science are
you.
married.
I feel better now. Me in the studio is Professor Judge Ude. He is the director of DNA Learning Center Nigeria. And to my right is Mr. Michael Okoro. He's also the assistant director of DNA Learning Center Nigeria. So I will just ask some more questions as we go because I need to open the talk line so that people can at least call in and also ask questions and get better clarification in case I'm not even asking that in their minds. So that DNA Learning Center are offering the public. Then possibly if it's so expensive, let's look at their cost implications. Yes, Mike, please explain simply tell us the kind of programs they want to have at. I'll come and learn forensic. I just saw forensic. I like the jingle. So I'll come and learn that one at least. It will help my program. So please elaborate more on the cost programs and possibly the amount. So something like that.
Okay, so the DNA Council in Nigeria has an application of what happened in New York. So, but for here, we are able to build three packages. The first one are core professional courses that we offer all through the year at DNA LC. The first one is introduction, what we call the DNA world. Anybody can come, any basic science person can come, whether you're science, whether you're non-science. That is the basic rudimentary uh, molecular biology course that we offer. And then from DNA world, we now progress to DNA science. We'll begin to do genetic engineering, talk about DNA restriction, talk about restriction science, and all of that. And then we go to genome science, we'll talk about hereditary, we'll talk about evolution. And then we go to DNA barcoding, where we look at conservation biology, how we're able to look at what was and then what can be and then conserve them. Then we move to metagenomics where we are no longer looking at macro elements or micro elements, microorganisms affecting particular environmental location that we choose. So these five core courses that we offer currently at UNLC. But then we have camps and programs that we offer to schools, we offer to graduates. One of them is currently forensics. We call forensics fun with forensics. So trying to help people understand criminal justice from the point of molecular biology, knowing that you can collect samples or details of genetics from crime scene or from scenes where crime or something that just happened. They want to begin from students at the secondary school level and we can expose them, but the course is combined with the DNA history where we try to expose basically what DNA is and why it's ubiquitous, it's everywhere. So they have to learn from anywhere. Then we also have packages for schools, like the University like Professor George invested. We want to have undergraduate university systems that university do not have the understanding of the equipment we have to have their students get their hands wet. So we have what we call custom professional courses for the their students. Currently, we are hosting God Prepared students in August for a professional course that we call recombinant DNA technology.
Wow.
So they're going to be creating bacteria, understanding how genes move, how to track genes in microorganisms, and how it's translatable to bigger things like making vaccines or making our food in our life better. So it's in three packages, but basically we advertise for them all through the year. On the other two, you have to have an MOU with us. We have to sign an MOU with you. Then we tailor make what's for you and for your school, for your students to marry.
Pardon me. How about this forensics is very interesting to me. This police, army, civil defense, air force, navy, all those forces. Do you have a program for them?
Okay, so as I said, so we have to sign an MOU because, like I said before, it's an elite force. This is now people who are professional, so you have to do a professionally assignable cost for them.
It's possible.
So it's possible to do it.
Very interesting.
Yes, another way we can actually have a relationship with these people is that they are consistent and constantly looking for criminals, right? They're looking for criminals. And you know, in our country, people are being killed every day, people are being murdered every day, and nobody can track anybody that did it. Your brother can wake up and kill you and come and bury you tomorrow and sing songs over your disgrace. And nobody will know who did what. So, and in the US, for instance, we have a social security number that tracks him. You know, there are no two people have the same number. And Nigeria is doing it now. There's a name and they have fingerprints. In the US, in addition to your fingerprint, there is the DNA fingerprint. DNA is isolated profile. People's DNA profiles are being stored in the database. So when there's a crime and blood or something is taken, DNA is extracted and it's sequenced, and then it's pasted into the database to see who the pool of information being gathered every day that's in the genetic gene banks. So if I did something wrong, they will just collect a single hair. They don't know who did it, but when they sequence that DNA from that single hair strand, they throw it into the pool of collected information. And they will see for, look for where it matches what's already in the data. And then that's how they cut their criminals. So with also the data science center can build a database for this country. Yeah, we can start building this database where we see we collect the data, we have not done anything, but we're putting this data in and building it. So as criminals come, even what is the fertility tests, like club pregnant, see how many of our women are denied by ignorant men who, after sleeping with them, say they're not the father of the child. That, I mean, is an easy solution to that. We can fingerprint the DNA of suspected father, match it to the DNA of the child, and see who is actually the father. Even if we have 10 suspected fathers, we can see from matches who is actually that. So now we can work with the security apparatus of this country if they're interested in building a team back that they can use, or even helping them to survey crime scenes and collect samples and then move from there too. Or even sometimes people are buried and they don't know what happened. Sometimes
They register for the DNA world, which is the basic about DNA molecular biology. But then as you move, you are taking some core courses as rudimentary before you can take in the basic course before that, before you can be registered. And then for the courses like forensic, currently we are just hosting secondary school students or the graduate and who are still early on in their studies. So anyone can come. So basically, as you advance in the courses, those is the best version of scientists and being able to do instruction for the basic course DNA world. You are able to know how to do sample collection and documentation. You're able to also know how to raise metadata. Metadata is form that helps you to fill in the other physical characteristics of the sample you're working with. Therefore, you're able to match it with your sequence when you have it. And then you're able to also do polymerase chain reaction, PCR. You're able to clone your DNA, multiply DNA copy because you extract DNA is a little bit small, but then PCR machine, you're able to multiply it to mean billions of copies. You're able to go out with the skill set, and then you're also able to do what we call generative. You're able to view your results to see how far you've done that. Then we also go to basic production bioinformatics, where you're able to move from generative forensics, you now have your DNA, center for sequencing, and then we are now able to move from web lab to the computer, where you're able to see all the nucleotides, the components of the DNA, and you're able to begin to work with them on the computer. From there, you can begin to do all that, and then we can do basic analysis. This is just for DNA work. Other courses have their own skill sets, and what we say this is what you must learn, practice, and do before we satisfy all of our vaccines, coding. But this is just why vaccine means that you are satisfied.
My name is Ozie Ejiofor, and then I have Professor George Ude. He's the director of DNA Learning Center, and then Mr. Michael Okoro. He's the assistant, and is it negotiable? Let's know.
I would like to say one thing very quickly.
Okay.
But might actually us trying to partner with universities to make sure that we provide their graduates with these modern biological tools that they need to become functional in their careers. Because we make it that as if universities are graduating and they're really interested in this, they can send us all their that will help them get jobs. Because you can just finish it in and go and work in a shop, right? And be selling stuff.
No. I can we have lots of them graduates riding care.
Yeah. So we want to see ESU, for instance, they have a biology program. And the equipment for doing this type of research is expensive. They're difficult to maintain. Here now in Enugu, we have a center that's focusing on bringing those equipment and maintaining them so that departments that are struggling in different universities can now buy or join hands with us to encourage their graduates to know what they are supposed to know. So those are professional courses, right? And any university is free to talk to us and we can work with them. The other course you mentioned, which I wanted to elaborate, is our relationship with secondary schools. Again, secondary schools are there. They don't have labs. We just trained 40 secondary school teachers in the state of wow. Yes, because we wanted to reach out to them. First, inspected their labs. Some of them don't even have labs. Now, because we had a grant to do that from the US consulate in Lagos. But it's a limited grant, it's finished. So secondary schools, we want them to partner with us. Maybe we can give them special discounts. And they can come in, instead of struggling in their schools to figure out if they can, a coastal bus can bring their students to our center. We can train them one day, they can come out on another day, maybe 3 times next time. And we give them all that they need to have, and they can become part of their grades for their biology classes in their schools. Those are things I was walking around in the neighborhood trying to talk to some schools about. Instead of spending to buy a PCR machine, which will cost you $3 million, and I despise this. We have these things already. You bring the students, 325,000 to a coastal bus, they drop them off, and then we, at a very good discount. So you don't have to go creating labs for yourself. I wanted to make sure that is clearly, when it comes to money, we're also trying to make sure that it's easier for people because we don't create enzymes. These things that you buy with us, we make them here. Primers, we can do these things that dollar based. So a cost like DNA barcoding, you make one in Mexico, there is one in China. I think we're trying to make a difference. I don't know how our people receive this, but I just really encourage us to show compassion towards our children. We need the next generation of scientists to come from. Let's start for charity.
Ndị be anyị na-egbu nke a na Igbo nke a abụghị ihe asụrụ Igbo maka nke abanye Una na ife anyị na-ekwu DNA Learning Center na ha akọwa na ụmụazị anyị nọ na secondary school adịghị aghọtasị ihe a na-akụ ma na-akọwa practical. Na ije na laboratories ụfọdụ enweghị lab ncha ncha ncha. Ha eweta nke a agba ya ọgwụ eweta nke ọzọ agba ya ọgwụ ha adịghị aghọtadị kemikal nke a na-etinye na ihe ọbụla. DNA Learning Center wee sị anyị mba ka anyị kpụdebe ka anyị na ha partner various secondary schools, universities, ndụ mgbe njirimara ka unu bịa nso ka emee ya ka o yie ife. Ọ ya bụ nke ọbụla ekwubekwana onwe ka isi wee fụ onwe gị n'obodo oyibo nke ọbụla a na-akọ n'aba na ntị ọ ya ha adịchaghị ka rocket science. Ọ ihe anyị na-ekwu maka ya. So people, you're listening to me from Solid 100.9 FM. It's on 10B Savage Crescent here in GRA Enugu. My name is Orion Ejiofor. And with me here is Professor George Ude, the Director of DNA Learning Center, and Mr. Michael Okoro, the Assistant Director of DNA Learning Center. How does it do in the Naira? You say, Madam, you say, Osim 245,000 Naira. When go to university, I'm going to go for how you can go to university. If you know what that means. The children that are coming out from those schools. Because the children keeps correcting you on some English language and what they call of real life event right now. And here is DNA Learning Center. The practical aspect of learning science. And the arts be welcomed because of the various courses. But I think that Ibobu Negolo is the science inclined. On a science school, science students. This is an opportunity. I will not even wait for the school to enroll that individual registration is accepted.
Then all our social media handles are at DNALC Nigeria, at DNALC. And then if you go to our website, dnalcnigeria.org, you will see, you click and then register for the courses. It will appear immediately. Open up the website to register. Just click register from the home page. It's easy to do that. So I think that it's
Is there an email? Some people write a lot of email.
Official email for our website is info@dnalcnigeria.org.
Info at
dnalcnigeria.org or Gmail info.dnalcnigeria@gmail.com.
Okay, very well. I'm not done with you. I'll be back shortly with you. Let me play your advert and I'll be right back.
About DNA Learning Center Nigeria. Yes, DNA Learning Center Nigeria. Research-based training center that trains and enhances the capacity of Nigerians from high school students to PhD researchers to build their interest in science and equally for the optimization of research skills in molecular techniques. We offer very fun but rigorous professional courses like DNA work, DNA science, DNA barcoding, metagenomics, and meta barcoding. Summer camp programs like Fun with Forensics. It is info at the 3711009 0909-771-1009. You can also call 0705 079-1009 0705 079. Okay, please go ahead.
Of course, in the secondary school, you can do biology, is chemistry, anything that has to do with life sciences. They do agriculture, which I don't. That will get they will implement this knowledge and then prepare them for medical school or even pharmaceutical school, because there is pharmaceutical biotechnology, there are industrial biotechnology, there are all manner of things you can do with what we teach. So the answer to your question is start from biology, taking biology classes, doing chemistry, doing any life science related course when the person is in the secondary school.
Good evening. Woo. And now. What am I going to this yapom? What with the phone go to any mono? I'm not here now, Jum. Okay, here now, Jum, I have very clear. Oh, what's your time? Hello. Hello. Okay, the network is really bad, really. Okay, so we'll keep the call. One final words on that.
Okay, so I just wanted to say that for the first and secondary school for lodging people. So if you want to have your student lodge your work lodge, you have to register ahead of time so you can prepare for the lodging. So you receive the person either at the airport, at the bus station, take people. They're going to assign one of our staff to the student or students that are coming, that we're able to return them back to you when they're done. But we have to prepare ahead of time. So when you talk to us, you call me on phone, send us an email, we can give you all the details that you need to follow up on that. So we can have students coming from anywhere. We have 26 and 7 about my genetic engineering teacher.
Wow.
My mentor. So if I also went to do my master's with recommendation for him at the New York University, and that's because I trained with him at the lab. And one of the key things that during my interview was to just ask me, "You mean you can do PCR?" Then they didn't have an encounter with the US. Just, "You mean you can do PCR? You can do DNA?" I said, "Yes, I can." And they called me back and said, "Mike, you have admission." And that's because we are able to practice what we preach. It's not just to learn, it's doing what we are saying. So you'll be able to do what I can do at the end of the course.
Okay.
That's how I do. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Prof, please tell us your final words.
Yeah, I'm really, really glad to be here.
Thank you.
To have this conversation. My goal as a professor teaching in the United States, I'm in charge of departments over there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, people, all right. The trial will convince you. I thank the coming to Solid 100.9 FM. I thank our professor for coming. I thank Michael for coming. You listened to Professor George Ude. He's the director of DNA Learning Center, and you also listened to Mr. Michael Okoro. He's the assistant director of DNA Learning Center, and I urge you to give the trial. My name is Ome Ichofa. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you. Thank you, Prof. I hope you come again. Thank you. Okay.
Spring Harbor, New York. It is a comfortable research center that trains and enhances the capacity of Nigeria